Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at Harmony One. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. And if you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to check it out before watching this one. It's going to be in the top right hand corner of the video. Now, jumping into the daily chart. So the last update that we did on Harmony was December 31st. If I'm not mistaken. And since December 31st, we're up 54% at the minute. And overall, we were up around about 70%, which is not bad at all. We got our bullish cross here January 1st, which is when the 20 EMA, the yellow line crosses from below, crosses the red line, which is the 55 EMA. That is called a bullish cross. That is your buy signal. So this is just a precursor to that continuation of the uptrend. And as you can see, we are in a perfect uptrend. We're creating higher highs and higher lows. Now, if we start zooming out over here and we look at the overall Fibonacci retracement that we have. So we have our swing high over here in March and the swing low here in June. This gives us the 1.272 at 34 cents basically. So the 1.272 is at 0.34460. And that's essentially where we got right now. That is our all-time high. We retraced to our all-time high. And right now, what it looked like we were gonna continue on, but we had a little bit of a pullback here on Harmony One, but we got bought back out pretty quickly, I would say. So the 20 EMA on the daily chart is the support that I would look for at the minute over here. So potentially look for some buy orders at the 20 EMA on the daily chart. Failing that, if we have a pullback and Bitcoin starts crapping the bed, I'll look for the 55 EMA on the daily chart, because you can see once you land on the 20, there is a potential wick over here. You can see, look, this wick went all the way to the 55 EMA and then you get back above the 20. So this is what can potentially happen once again. So just have the buy orders slightly above the EMAs. That's what I always do. I have my buy orders slightly above the support levels, because smart traders always try to buy above the support levels, so that the people who set the buy orders exactly at the price of the support level, they don't get filled, the price reverses, and that causes the people who were left out with their orders to buy up higher, thus pushing the price even higher. So that's just one little tip I try to tell everyone, and that really does help out. So yeah, we got to the 1.272 over here. Our next target is the 1.414, but we haven't really had a nice, break of the 1.272 and a back test of support. So as you can see, we opened up a candle below the 1.272. What we want to do is we want to break above and open up the next candle above it. And then you're going to be looking at the 1.414 at 43 cents almost. And let's see how much that is in terms of percentage. From the 1.272, that's around about 25 or 26% of a move, which is not bad. And then we have the 1.618, which is our target once you break the first fib level over here, once you break this swing high. As you can see, that's exactly what you've done over here. You broke through, back test of support, and then we're going up in this perfect uptrend. So we're looking good to take out this 1.618 target at 60 cents. So from where we are right now, that is 72% move. And from the 20 EMA, if potentially you want to buy off the 20 EMA, that is a 92% move, which is not bad. We can potentially get there in a couple of weeks. But you have to count in Bitcoin and what Bitcoin does, because it will pull back altcoins along with it if it starts bleeding. Now, jumping into the daily RSI, you can see that we were in this symmetrical triangle and we were bouncing off of it as support. So the last time we recorded a video, we were over here. We had this nice bounce off the 47.6 index on the daily RSI. I gave you this support many days ago. We bounced off of it very nicely, broke above the pink trend line, back tested that as support, but then we dumped with the markets, and now we're back in the symmetrical triangle. And where you can look for a nice resistance level is right over here, this upper pink trend line on the RSI. So that's around about the index of 73, which is already overbought, because once you're above the index of 70 on the daily RSI, you are considered overbought, and that's usually a good place to start taking profits if you're looking to take profits. But if you're holding Harmony One for the long term, no need to worry about the short and mid-term price fluctuations. So yeah, like I said, look for this resistance, this pink trend line. As you can see, we hit our head once over here in March, actually, another bounce over here in September, another bounce over here in October, and we're potentially looking for another bounce here in January. But what can also happen is we're going to absolutely break above it, back test it as support, and then go even higher and get absolutely overextended. That's also something that can happen, especially if Harmony One gets some more bullish news out. So yeah, keep an eye on the daily RSI. It's a great indicator. If you start, dropping back down and you see Harmony One rolling, look for the support of this pink trend line. If you lose it, you're potentially coming back all the way down here for a retest of this index of 47.66 on the daily RSI. But yeah, that's it for the daily chart. Let's jump into the 4-hourly on Binance. Actually, before we jump into the 4-hourly, I quickly want to jump into the weekly chart and show you what's going on over here. So on the weekly chart, as you can see, we're doing very good over here. We're holding the 10 EMA as support. So the blue line is the 10 EMA, the 10 exponential moving average. We're holding it as support, wicking off of it. We had a nice wick off the 20 EMA 2 weeks ago and 3 weeks ago as well. So we're just about to break the swing high, and we're about to get into that open water territory, so we can absolutely start hitting new all-time highs relatively soon. If I bring out the daily or the weekly RSI, I should say, you can see that we're still not overbought. Once you start getting overbought on the weekly, that is when you potentially want to start taking some profits. We're printing the bullish cross on the MACD on the weekly chart over here. And as you can see, the last time we did that here in August, you can see the appreciation we had. So potentially this is what we're going to be looking at, another huge move to the upside. And we're potentially going to break the all-time highs very, very soon. If we look at the weekly stochastic RSI, you can see that we recovered from the bottom over here. And I always tell you guys, if you see yourself at the oversold position on the stochastic RSI, on the daily or the weekly charts, that is the best time to be buying into the projects, because this is when it's boring. This is when nobody's talking about them. And as you can see, this co-aligned with this pullback that we had over here, and we were sitting at around about 14 to 17 cents. And as you can see from there, we made a nice 150% move. So yeah, these indicators are good to use, and try to use them as much as possible so you get familiar with them. Now jumping into the 4-hourly chart. So as you can see, we did have this white trend line, which was a resistance line, and I thought that we were potentially going to back test it as support if we have a pullback as well in the markets. And I thought we were going to come back all the way down here, have this nice bounce, and then we're going to go up. But that didn't happen. And right now, as you can see, we're moving up very nicely. And potentially, we find ourselves in this rising wedge, which is a bearish pattern. So this is a trend reversal pattern, which means that if we start losing the support and we start hitting our head on that support level, which is now a resistance level, then you're looking at a target of where the wedge was created. So that's all the way down here at 22 cents. So this is where you potentially can come back for Harmony One. But if it's going to be so bullish, then potentially you can just lose the support of this rising wedge and drop back down to the golden ratio over here, which is at 27 cents. So I would look for some support levels over here at 27 cents. That's a great area to buy back into Harmony One if you see yourself start rolling with the Bitcoin pullback that we may potentially have or may not have. But still, I'm just making you aware of the fact that technically we are in a target over here to 22 cents. I'm just going to remove all these, actually not that. I'm going to remove all the price tags over here. We don't need them at the minute. Once again, I removed the fib retracement. There we go. So yeah, we're in a target over here because you can see that this is where the wedge was created. So this touch created the wedge. You have your resistance, right? But then you come back down, you create the support, and then you have your support and resistance. So the wedge is created. That's your target. So let's see if we can come back down there. I don't know if that's going to happen. Maybe if we want to invalidate this rising wedge, we need to break above this white trend line over here. We need to break above it, back test it as support, then the wedge is invalidated. But, you know, right now we are in that bearish pattern over here, but let's see what happens. We do have a smaller fib over here set up from the swing low in December to the swing high in October. That gives us the 1.618 at 48 cents over here. So this can potentially be your short-term target if you are a swing trader. So yeah, 48.5 cents, around about that price, is your 1.272 on this fib. But if you start breaking this swing high over here, which is 38 cents, you are going to be looking at the 1.618 over here at 65.5 cents, which is right about over here. So as always, the 1.618 is your technical target after breaking the swing high. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. If I missed out anything on the charts, please let me know down below in the comment section. I'd love to read your comments and thoughts on Harmony One. If I missed out anything, like I said, let me know. Make sure to check me out on I keep saying Twitter. I got suspended on Twitter for no apparent reason, trying to work it out. Feel free to check out our Telegram chat, our Discord server, and our Patreon. Great low cap gem calls in there, great buy alerts. We recently had a great buy alert for Polkadex that did a 50% in 4 days. So, you know, make sure to check it out. We have around about 40 or 45 posts out there. So if you decide to join right now, you're going to get all of those posts unlocked for you immediately. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.